Are you ready, kids? Wait, no. Nah, Jesus Christ. I sounded like I should be on some sort of list. Yeah, no, that's not going in the video. I want to take you back to 2003, the year of Finding Nemo, the Game Boy Advance SP, Greta Thunberg's birth, and, most importantly, Spongebob Squarepants' Battle for Bikini Bottom. This game was an absolute gem, and I sunk many an hour into it on my PlayStation 2. So when I found out that they'd remastered it in the past few years, I knew I had to dive in and kick Robot SpongeBob's ass once again, whilst this time also hunting for the Platinum Trophy. So, without much further ado, welcome to this week's Endorphin Hunt. Let's get into it. Just in case anyone watching hasn't been blessed with playing this game before, or just needs a refresher considering 2003 was 20 years ago, let me go over what you can expect. Essentially, this game is just one big collectathon, with the majority of the missions requiring either SpongeBob, Patrick, or Sandy to find a certain number of a certain item to complete quests. The end goal of their journey is to take back Bikini Bottom from the army of robots created by Plankton in a bid to steal the Krabby Patty formula. So you might say that the game is one big battle for Bikini Bottom. We get our first trophy of the run nice and early by thoroughly exploring SpongeBob's house, which is actually much bigger than I expected. Bro lives in a pineapple under the sea and still has a bigger house than I do. Once we've collected every item in the level, we unlock tutorial time and put ourselves on the board. Now the items in question are the main collectibles that we will be hunting for throughout the rest of the game, and holy crap do we have a grind ahead of us with these. The first are shiny objects, which basically act as the currency of the game. The second are golden spatulas, which we can earn in a variety of ways and are required to unlock each new level. All in all, there are 5 trophies to be unlocked for collecting 10, 25, 50, 75, and then all 100 golden spatulas. Which seems like a lot, and it is, but the grind to collect them is nothing compared to the final collectible of the game, Patrick's socks. These, like the spatulas, are scattered throughout each level, but what makes them worse is that you have to actually hunt down every single one of them. In contrast, you earn a good chunk of the spatulas through simply completing the story missions. We're not so lucky with the socks. Overall, we earn trophies when we find 15, 40, and then all 80 of the Pink Man's socks. Now why in the hell does this dude even have that many? Oh yeah, starfish. But thankfully, we don't need to deal with these just yet, so for now, we'll just treat them like the fanbase treats SpongeBob's sexuality and live in denial. The next 2 trophies up for grabs we find in the first level of the game, Jellyfish Fields. Here, Squidward gives us the task of finding some king jellyfish jelly for his stings, and SpongeBob turns into my Twitch chat.
Oh my gosh, you're bald!
To get the jelly we need for Squidward, we need to first defeat the Jellyfish King, after peeping on him in the shower for some reason. Slap him? I don't want to slap him! Right. So I think he has to go down and I have to jump and then go and hit him, right? There we are. Slap him again. Finishing slap. There you go. Boom! Jellyfish Jam trophy earned. He gives us his jelly, we go and rub some on Squidward and earn Jellyfishing. Oh, is that what the kids are calling it these days? We grab our next trophy a couple of minutes later when we talk to Mr. Krabs and he offers us the deal of a lifetime. We pay him shiny objects and he gives us a spatula, something which we've been finding around Bikini Bottom for free. Absolute stonks. When we buy the first spatula for 3,000 smackers, we unlock Spatula Seeker. 10 down, only 90 more to go. Our next level is downtown Bikini Bottom. In this level, we're tasked with finding 11 steering wheels for Mrs. Puff so that she can evacuate the area amidst the robot attack. And because we're absolute gamers, we tackle this task with no problem whatsoever.
1 hour later.
I've got 4 more left to find, and I have no idea where. Alright, I lied. We did not be gaming. It turns out that there was a whole other area in this level that I had just missed, but thankfully, once I paid the fee to unlock it, we found the rest of the wheels and headed back to Mrs. Puff to unlock Uptown and Downtown. Moving swiftly on, we head to Goo Lagoon where there are a few more trophies waiting for us. We unlock our first one, Sock Getter, soon after arriving when we grab our 15th sock, and then manage to tackle a couple of combat related trophies. These don't really require any effort, and I expected to unlock them naturally while playing, which is exactly what happened. We're rewarded with Sponge Smasher when we defeat our 100th robot as Spongebob, and then Star Smasher for doing the same thing with Patrick. Poor bastards never knew what was coming. Then it was on to finishing the level itself. Larry tells us that a robot has stolen everyone's sunscreen and now everyone on the beach is in danger of burning. And as a ginger who even frequently suffers from moonburn, that really rubbed me the wrong way. So we use a bunch of mirrors to burn his ass like an ant under a magnifying glass, earning Surf's Up for doing so. Our reward for completing this mission also turns out to be our 25th golden spatula, so not 30 seconds later, we also unlock Super Spatula Seeker. Which brings us on to our first boss fight of the game, when we pay 15 spatulas to head to the Poseidome.
In this corner, defending the Poseidome, a small square guy. And his challenger.
That's,
Huge murderous robot shaped like a squirrel.
Look, it's a giraffe.
What do I hit? Do I have to hit her little thing, her little antenna? Yeah.
Bob has an opening, but will he get the drop on the robot?
What's the drop? What am I dropping? Do I have to slam your ass?
Great.
Ah, it was a slam. Bounce and bash the head. Why are you on my ass? Jesus. Oh, okay.
What an uppercut.
I get it.
Fun.
Poison Rose, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Stealing money from Jeff Bezos. We love to see it. Thank you so much.
Robot is down and
Sweet victory. Nice. From this point on, the game seems to shift with a considerable ramp up in difficulty, starting with the Murmelair level. It's not unmanageable, especially if you're a seasoned gamer like me. Oh my god, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, alright, you've made your point. But the next trophy we earned genuinely was a pain in the ass, and is probably one that will trigger some sort of PTSD for anyone who played the original game. To earn Keep It Rolling, we had to complete the Rolling Ball puzzle. How? No, please don't go down the hole.
All around me are familiar faces.
The first 90% of this puzzle was a breeze for me once I'd figured out the timing, but this tilting table just kept tripping me up. And after about 20 minutes of trying and failing, I was about ready to lose me marbles. I'm gonna give it one more go and then I'll just probably have to come back to it at a different time if I'm failing again. Okay, I think we want to just literally pull it as far left as possible. Yeah, no, as far left as possible, literally as far left as possible. Whoa, what do you mean? What? How did that happen then? Yes! Complete the rolling ball puzzle in Murmelair. It was literally a trophy. Oh, you bastard. That was so difficult. I didn't actually know this was a trophy going into it, but I was so thankful it was because it made all of the torture I had just endured a little less painful. For the remainder of the level, we help Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy regain control of the Murmelair computer before facing off against their arch nemesis.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
What do I do about it? Oh. Bruh, I got decimated. Nice. Jesus Christ, spawned right in front of me. It's not really fair if they just spawn right in front of me. What do you mean? That's outrageous. Oh, fuck you, game.
Eventually.
No, not again. This is not fair. I got a frozen wedgie for this.
Are you still here?
Shrimp catcher. Defeat prawn. All right, nice. On to the next area. Oh, that scared the crap out of me.
There
This isn't actually in the next area, it's just a quick golden spatula challenge, but I wanted you guys to experience the horror that I had to endure. The actual next level for us to conquer is Rock Bottom, where another challenge from Mrs. Puff awaits us.
The robots have stolen priceless artwork from the museum. If you can return it all to me, I'll reward you with a golden spatula.
Why you? You're a driving instructor. Why am I giving it all to
Why do
you?
you want all that artwork?
It's a good question.
Ask questions you aren't prepared to handle the answer to.
Heyo, that's sketchy as fuck. The level functions in basically the same way as the rest, so there's nothing new to report here apart from us getting our third combat-related trophy, Squirrel Smasher, for defeating 100 robots as Sandy. Once we've recovered all 6 pieces of artwork, we return to Mrs. Puff to unlock Hit Rock Bottom. And if you're feeling like you've also hit rock bottom, then let me give you the solution with today's sponsor, my cat. Yeah, I don't have a sponsor for this video, but this seemed like a good moment to say thank you for watching this video. If you don't subscribe, he won't get fed tonight. Next up, we have the Sand Mountain level, which consists of 3 slope races that we need to complete. Honestly, this level was a nice break from the constant combat of the previous ones, and I had fun just sliding the... Wait, is he using his tongue? Oh, goddamn. What else that tongue do, though? This level is also where we get a quick check-in on our golden spatula grind when we unlock Ultra Spatula Seeker for finding our 50th. Halfway there. It's not so bad. And when we complete the 3rd and final slope, we unlock our next trophy, Life's as Extreme as You Want to Make It. Very true game, that's why I'm sat here playing SpongeBob in the safety of my own home. Because I'm a little bitch. Kinda like Squidward.
What the feck? We're just straight up into a fight? Do I just have to get him now? Oh no.
Made himself dizzy, and
There we
the
go.
robot is down.
Okay, I get it. Easy little fight. And that's one of the main
Bowling moment right here.
fighting things that he has. Easy clap.
Fun fact, this trophy is also known as the average Dead by Daylight player. At this point in our hunt, it was time for a nap, because the next trophies we unlocked were found in SpongeBob's Dreamland, which also contained Sandy, Patrick, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs' dreams. I think it's just better if you don't think about it too much. Now, throughout our travels, we had been kicking the ass of any robot we found, and our next trophy rewards us for destroying every type of robot at least once. When we entered Mr. Krabs' dream, we only had 2 types left to destroy. And guess where we found them?
They fucking breathe fire? They breathe fire? What do you mean? Oh my god. Oh my, I was stuck. Oh my god, I'm getting my ass handed to me here, bro. How do I attack the people in the bubbles? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do I do, please? Could I get some sort of information? Is it a bubble that I need to use to attack them? Oh, it is. Robot Encyclopedia. Destroy at least 1 type of every robot in the game while playing the campaign. Oh, nice. Sick. Cool.
With this out of the way, we progressed through the rest of the dream areas and eventually unlocked Sleepy Time for finding all of the golden spatulas in SpongeBob's dream. Our next level was one that my chat had been warning me about since I started up the game, the Kelp Forest. And yeah, I very quickly found out why.
What are you showing me? What are you showing me? What am I seeing? What feckin' riddle did you just show me? What? No, stop showing me. I'm confused. Stop showing me. What happened?
But this wasn't even the worst part. One of our tasks in this level was to put 3 tiki statues back in the right place for Mr. Krabs. Getting the first 2 tikis wasn't that bad at all, but for some reason the 3rd required pinpoint precision on this leaf jump, and it nearly broke me.
You have to get right on the edge of the leaf? How's that gonna help?
Hard as a rock.
I went for the edge of the leaf. I don't think I could have gotten more edge if I tried. I couldn't have gotten edgier even if I was a fucking 2007 Tumblr girl. There was no more edge. Gotta wait until the 2nd bounce? What on earth do you mean the 2nd bounce? Alright. Let's do it. Yeah!
Hey, what just happened?
Okay. Yeah! Yes! Oh, you fucking... Now, I'm gonna be all you gamers rushing to the comments right now. Yes, I know that there is a button in this level that raises this second leaf up to allow you to bounce across significantly easier. Well, I know that now, but I didn't back then. And to be fair, neither did my chat. So let's all just be impressed at my gamer skills for beating it the hard way, alright? And honestly, once I'd overcome that challenge, there was nothing else in this level that could stop me. And we soon managed to find all of the lost campers for Mrs. Puff, and unlock KELP Forest of Fear. Now get me the fuck out of this level and into something more cheery.
The graveyard of ships.
Never mind. Our final free roam level tasks us with clearing the robots off their ship so that the Flying Dutchman can regain control of his. Along the way, we also grab 2 more trophies. The first we get for talking to Squidward for the 10th time.
Don't you have a platinum wisp to get?
Platinum trophy, actually. Are you ready now? Talk to Squidward 10 times as SpongeBob. Oh, nice. And then the second we unlock when we find our 75th golden spatula, Mega Spatula Seeker. Continuing our trophy unlock spree, because I need those damn endorphins, we complete the level and are awarded with Ship Shape. Now you would think that the Flying Dutchman would be grateful after we rescued his ship and gave it back to him, wouldn't you?
That you did, but now that I look at it, I think I'll keep this golden spatula.
No, you dirty bastard. I gotta fight the Flying Dutchman? Jesus. Lasso the tail. Whoa! Jesus, man. Oh, yeah, no. Why is Sandy against the Flying Dutchman? Ah! No, what was I doing, fam? What was I doing? I fucking fumbled the bag. We didn't get hit by his ghost power for once, which is good. Look at him caressing his tail. What a weirdo. Ah! Wait a minute. I didn't mean it. I swear. It was an accident. All right. Easy. Boom. SHANGHAIED. Let's go. And now we only have 2 trophies left to earn in the story portion of Battle for Bikini Bottom. Before we grab these though, there's one more to mop up when we find the last golden spatula outside of the individual levels. Hello, Bikini Bottom. And then the first of the final 2 requires us to fight perhaps one of the most iconic enemies in video game history. On that kind of thing. Hey, there he is! Alright, I knew he had the chop tap. Whoa! What's Plankton doing? What's Plankton doing? What's Plankton doing? Ah, Plankton, what are you doing?
SpongeBob has an opportunity here.
SpongeBob does have an opportunity, and he's about to fucking take it, and he's about to fucking win.
The ticket.
Woo! SpongeBob versus SpongeBob. Nicely done. But, of course, it's never that easy with Plankton. Or Robot Plankton. I don't know, whichever Short King is active this time. Our final fight takes place inside Robot SpongeBob's head, and, to be honest, was a bit of a letdown after the previous fight. There's a bit of platforming, a bit of combat, but the main goal is just sending our bubble rockets into the robot's brain to destroy the circuits. The small does not rule. Defeat Roboplankton and neutralize SpongeBob's Steel Pants brain. Good shit.
Well, Plankton, I hope you learned your lesson.
Oh, I certainly did. Next time I'll get it right.
Who wants to get ice cream?
I do. Need I remind you all that there are still robots out there making a mess of Bikini Bottom?
Robots? Hell no, there's still sucks and spatulas to be found, thank you very much. And with completing these collectibles, the only thing standing in the way of us and that sweet, sweet platinum trophy, we get right to it. And as you may imagine, this is where the grind of the collectathon really kicks in. There wasn't a single level that we had managed to find everything in during our initial playthrough, so I had to go back and scour through literally every single one of them. Thankfully though, our first trophy didn't take long to earn, when we returned to the second level and found our 40th sock, unlocking Sock Concert.
But after that, the only trophies left were for finding the remaining 40 socks and then the rest of the golden spatulas. Again, not a particularly hard task, but just a lengthy one. And after a few hours, we were ready to check another one off the list by finding the final sock.
Okay, I feel like I got the one that it's saying is the last one, but oh, that's like the worst level to be on for this. No, I did.
Please don't do this to me, game. One thing I will give this game huge credit for is making it very easy to know where you are missing collectibles. So thanks to this, I knew that the final sock had to be in SpongeBob's dream, but apparently not where I thought it would be. So I scoured back through, but was still having no luck finding the missing one until I reached what should have been the penultimate sock location.
Oh, there it is. You can get it here for you.
Patrick will be glad.
Hey, sock opera. Mwah. Ah, that took so long.
Now, I did think about making these final two trophies a bit more dramatic in this video by pretending that something else went wrong, adding some dramatic music Hell's Kitchen style, and really amping up the tension. But Jesus tells us not to lie. So, enjoy.
Do you want to trade shiny objects for a golden spatula?
Yes, I do, Mr. Krabs, you fucking whore for a cash dollar. Let's have it.
That's
Super Ultra Mega Spatula Seeker. Onto the 100%. 100% SpongeBob. Onto the platinum. Give it. Kobe. The timing was off, but I'll take it. Neptune Spatula. Oh, yeah. God, that took so fucking long. I never in my life thought I would have to grind a SpongeBob game. Fuck you, Mr. Krabs.
For anyone who's played this game, you know exactly why I'm saying that to him in particular. And now there is nothing else left to say but that our SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Platinum Hunt is completed. I want to start by saying that I thoroughly enjoyed my playthrough of this remake, but I'm very aware that there's probably only one question on your mind. Does it do justice to the original game? And the answer is, I don't know. The tricky thing is that we all probably have some serious nostalgia attached to the 2003 edition that makes us think back on it with nothing but fondness, as we do with most old games. But it's been almost 2 decades since I've played it, so I really don't trust my memory. Everything I do remember about the original was here, and I had as much fun as I did back then, so I guess that's a win. I will say that I thought this remake was much easier than the original, but is that down to it actually being easier or me just being a more cracked gamer? I'll let you in the comments section decide. And another thing I'll say is that I really loved getting the chance to trophy hunt this game, one that was so prominent in my childhood. It was like 2 worlds combining, and it was just a real treat to experience, to be honest. And while I don't know if this is as good as the original, I still definitely think it deserves a play. So if you were on the fence, then this is your sign to go ahead and download it. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like on it so that YouTube recommends it for others to enjoy, and if you didn't already know, I'm trying to hit 5k subs by the end of 2024, so subscribe if you haven't already to help me smash that goal. Let me know in the comments if there are any other nostalgic games you want to see me play on the channel, or if there's any other game you want to see. For now though, have a fantastic day, and happy hunting.
Are you still here?